Welcome on my channel Heavenly Life. It's good to have you here with me. You know, I believe a lot of you know Jesus healed people. Jesus did so much good works. Like he helped so much people. He had such wisdom, incredible wisdom, especially when the religious people tried to trap him, especially when the religious people tried to show something that he wasn't. They tried to blame him for things. They tried to just make him look bad. They just wanted the people to hate him, really. They just wanted to get rid of him because he was the light, and he is the light of the world still. But now he lives through us. Now he works through us. Now he does the good works through us. And he said even greater works. Do you believe this? Yes. I believe it. I will see greater works, and you will see greater works that he will do through you in this time today. But these religious people, they are here also living today. They are in the churches too. They are where you are hanging out, maybe they are where you are praying, maybe they are looking at what you are doing in your daily life, maybe they are following you, maybe they are even friends of you. We are surrounded by religious people, and honestly, I was religious in the past. I kind of try to show people the way, even they were already Christians. I try to tell them what they need to do and what they shouldn't, But it was not all the time that I really advised the people, or, I was not so harsh, let's say, all the time on people, but it was more the thinking in me. Yeah, maybe sometimes I was harsh. Maybe sometimes I was not really loving, but I was judging, honestly. But it was not all the time like this. Like, I don't want to speak bad about myself in a way that it wasn't the reality, But I was religious, and I believe this was also hurting some people, like how I behaved and the way I spoke and the things I spoke. But that's why I'm the right person to learn from, honestly. And religious people like me in the past too, they don't really want to stop the works of God in reality, if they knew that they are truly the works of God, what they don't, and what they say or they think the good works are not from God, because in their religious mind it doesn't make sense, Maybe it's not directly taken, or maybe you really need revelation to see good works in a way that God really was the one behind it. To see that, you sometimes really need great revelation of the Bible. And I believe when I was religious, I didn't had this revelation from the Bible. And to some point, I believe God didn't gave me revelation, because I was, in a state of being where maybe I would misuse these revelations for my pride or whatever, just to show other people what I know. But the subject is not just about my past, it's more about like how are we managing in these days religious people? How are we living? When they try to stop the works of God in our lives, what are we doing? How do we treat them? And when I look back, I just believe that even these people disturb sometimes your life. Just, really try, and of course with the help of God, just try to respect them, just try to understand that they are in a different state of belief, they are maybe not so far as you are, and so they are really weak in a lot of points. They are really weak in believing for greater stuff. They are really weak because they don't see, they don't have these revelations yet. They don't see maybe what you are seeing, so they are kind of weak in the belief systems. They're kind of weak in the way what they expect from God, what He's able to do, Oh, this is so nice here. Just look at this. This is so nice. It's really hot today. So just try to respect them. And I know sometimes they can be annoying, but just be the villain in the story, and just let it be. You don't have to fight it. You don't have to fight the stories that they are making up, honestly. Just, accept it to be the villain in the story, because God will fight for you, okay? Religious people they are walking in the flesh more than in the spirit. And I can say it out of experience, because they don't believe really that they are in the spirit. They think that they have to do something in order to live in the spirit. They think they have to achieve something to really follow God, They don't really believe that they are already in the spirit and that they are moving in the spirit. That's why they are moving in the flesh. They are doing the works out of the flesh, out of their own strength, because they don't understand this on a deeper level yet. So that's why just be the villain in the story, because they will try to hide the good works that you are doing. They will try to do whatever it takes. Even some will do whatever it takes to let other people see you as the villain in their story, because it's not true, but they will make up stories, maybe. Like, honestly, I believe in the past I really was respecting God. I was not lying or making up stories, like not willfully, to harm people, but like really radical religious people, maybe even people that say they love God and they believe in God, but they are not really following God. This is also other kind of religious people that are maybe bold in a way, but in a wrong way. Like bold in a way to suppress the things that God is doing on the earth. They want to suppress, and how they are gonna suppress or try to suppress you, how they're gonna suppress or try it, the light that is really in you, that is shining in the world. They see that, but they don't want. They want to hide the light, Like Moses, when he was going down from the mountain, there was a moment where he just put, a cover on his head, because the light in him was so strong. So That's what radical religious people will try. They will try to cover you. They will try to cover your light. Maybe they will even try to, get lawyers and make stories up against you, make stuff up against you. So you just give up. You just maybe are so discouraged by all what's happening to you that you lose focus on what God already prepared for you. It's already prepared. It's already prepared. Remember, now I have the story, like, before the Holy Spirit came, there was even a feast when Jesus was still on earth. And he made this feast with his disciples, and the upper room, as you know, was already prepared. Everything was already prepared, So the works we know also, the Bible says, that are works that are already prepared by God, So that's why you can just relax, you can chill, when the storm is there. Like Jesus when he was sleeping in the boat, when they are saying, you are the villain, you did that, you are so bad, even though you like, maybe you heal people, maybe you even not even just, when they are sick outside, like on the skin, or they have some whatever, sicknesses. But I mean, maybe you heal people from the inside, They're sometimes even more important first. Maybe you just did good to people, but they don't want to acknowledge this, because some religious radicals, they would have to acknowledge that they kind of have a false or broken belief system. They kind of would have to admit that what they are doing is wrong, and how they are living maybe even is wrong. They would have to admit and even question their whole life, like, maybe, I don't know, maybe they got raised Jewish, and they're not really believing in Jesus, or, they got raised as Christians without really having a relationship with God. So they know what to say, they know how they can have a discussion with you and just, suppress you. They know how to use words against you, but what they don't know really is God, And that's really the sad part here. So, just relax, just rest in God, knowing that even if, there's a law process against you or whatever it is, that God has his hands over your life, that he already prepared everything for you. And even the win, the win over the law process, over whatever it is, that you have already won the battle, Even when the battle is starting, when the battle in your life is right now, like really huge, and you think, oh my gosh, how can I even get out of this? Or you have circumstances, whatever it is, whatever people are saying against you, about you, whatever stories they are making up against you, don't forget, man, Jesus is there. He already prepared. You will win at the end. It doesn't matter how long the battle goes. I mean, yes, I know it's not easy, but even the battle is there to bless you. It's not to harm you, because you will grow in the battle. You will be better. You will get stronger. That's what God has for you. And later you will thank him for the battle, because the battle made you so much stronger. Now, when little battles arise, you're not even bothered by them, You're thinking, oh, it's just a little battle, I went through so much, this is nothing. And then you just go to sleep in the boat, when the storm is rising, like Jesus, because you already know, you trust God more now, because you've gone through so much battles now that you don't even think about giving up, don't even think about giving in. You just have this, just this mentally strength through the battles, You just pray, you just give it to God, and you just focus on what He has for you, you know. That's the new you after the battles, you know. And you will rise and you will get stronger with every battle. That's why don't fight it like you have to solve it on your own, you know. I don't say, you know, don't do anything. Maybe there's a law process going on against you, and maybe you need a lawyer. You just need to defend yourself, and you need to pay a lawyer, you know. But the rest, you just give it to God, you know. The process, all the papers, all the stuff that is needed, you know, just do what you can do, and the rest, give it to God, you know. Don't try to harm the people that are trying to harm you, you know, because at the end, you know, you will win. And why would you try to stop the battle in your own strength when you know the battle is there to bless you? The battle is there to make you stronger. The battle is there to give you more rest in God, because guess what? These people maybe want to attack you, these people maybe are rising against you, but guess what? It's there to bless you. And the people wanted to harm you, but at the end, you are blessed more than ever. You are stronger more than ever. You know more than ever that you can trust God and that He is there for you. And that's the blessing right there, man. That's the blessing right there. That's the good things that God has in store for your life. And trust me, I've been through some battles, man. I have been through some and even so much battles that I can say, man, it makes you stronger. I can say you just lose the fear of things, you just lose the fear of people, you just lose more and more the fear for uncertainty, you know. Okay, the memory was full, but anyways, had to delete some things. But finally, at the end of the video, what I just want to say is just, you know, rest in God. Just enjoy the presence of God, you know. Be still before Him and just enjoy this time with Him, you know. Don't give in into too much thinking about all the challenges that you have. Like, give it to Him, and you know, people will come to, they will try to disturb your peace. Just don't let this happen. I mean, don't feed into their drama, you know. Sometimes just stay silent. Don't say anything. Sometimes just say a friendly word and just go your way, you know. You don't have to feed the drama of people all the time. You don't have to stay where the drama is happening, you know. You can just go your way sometimes. Sometimes just leave the situation. Sometimes it's a conflict that is not even a conflict really. It's a problem that is not really a problem, because people are making up things and dramas, you know, just to get you out of the presence of the Lord, just to get you out of the peace that surpasses all understanding. And that's what the enemy wants. He will try to get you out of the peace. He will try to, you know, focus on the storm rather on God, so you go crazy and you just, you know, use all these bad words that are not good for you, are not good, because, you know, we should be careful of what we say, and we should be careful how we treat others. So let's just be careful there, you know. And when others treat you bad, you know that God will revenge that, you know. He will, not you. Have a good day. God bless you. Stay in Him. You will see God has good things for you in store.